Yeah, I think, we don't only go through, adversity in the sport, also in life. There's a lot of things bigger than this. So you can't really let, the losses, determine how you feel and how you go about things. It's much bigger than this. This is just a job. Obviously we love it and this is what we want to do, but, you got to change your perspective, especially when times like this is hard.
It is just a job, and you all as athletes are so much more than when you step onto the field. You've got other things in life that are prioritized for you. What's your holiday season been like, and what's been your biggest priority?
My biggest priority been Jesus. Just staying, intimate. Staying in my word, staying worship. Staying grounded, and He just pour into me and let me, pour out into others. Just naturally be myself. Try to stay grounded and not get too caught up in the future and things like that. So.
Getting the extra targets and receptions is obviously that feels good personally, but as a team it feels so far away right now. I guess how do you describe how it feels right now after this week?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of on both ends, far away but not that far, and I think each week it's a different week, and that's the whole story of the NFL. So we need to show up better. I mean that's just point blank simple. So we need to show up better and obviously execute better, but yeah.
When you look at the building blocks, I mean, do you see them in this room in terms of when you say it is far, but not that far?
Oh yeah. We've got a lot of young guys that are really good that'll be here hopefully for years to come, and we gotta we need those guys in the off season to take another step, to continue to keep getting better every year because we're gonna count on them. And yeah, I think. We're super close, but we're far away at the same time. And I think the main thing is just finishing the season strong and putting out a good outing next week.
What did Michael Mayer show you guys out there today?
Oh man, he's we have the best tight end tandem in the NFL. And I think today he got to show that. And I told him that literally during the game, the last drive. I was like, I'm proud of you, man. You got to catch some footballs today, see you running, because I played against him in college when he was at Notre Dame, which we won that game, by the way. But, and he was a dog, the best tight end in the country. And then the year after, we got the other best tight end in the country. So those two guys are tremendous, and I was very happy to see him do what he did today.
You said that you told him you were proud of everything. Do you feel with all the players that are not here right now being able to get on the field, all the leaders on this team, that you step into more of a prominent leadership role in this team?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we missed some guys today, and that's the story of the NFL. You miss guys every week. You hope not to, but for me particularly, I've got young guys in my room, so I've got to set a good example of how to go out there and compete no matter what the circumstances are. So that's my motto, and then I'm gonna give it everything I got every time I go out there, and then. Naturally, those guys gravitate towards that because body language is a thing, and I've learned over the years that, it doesn't do anybody any good, so continue to keep yourself up because people are watching, everybody, especially the younger guys who are new to the league that, might not know how to adjust to bad plays right away, so it's very important for me to continue to keep being a good role model for them.
Especially for those young guys who have maybe never really experienced the type of season that you guys have had, how important is it for older players to make sure that they still are locked in no matter what every single week, because anything can really happen in the NFL?
That's a great question. I think just like you said, anything can happen, and one thing that I always tell them is there's a draft that's coming, so no matter what it is you're doing throughout the season, you got to stay locked in because the evaluation process is all year long. It's not week 1, it's not week 2. It's as soon as you get in the building in April, and it ends all the way to your last game. So the evaluation process is always open, so you have to put your best foot forward and continue to put good things on tape because, like I said, there's a draft that's coming, and those guys are coming to take someone's spot.
After he got hit in the first quarter when he dropped the ball, I went up to him during a TV timeout. I was like, I know that hurt. And then he was like, yeah, this shit hurt. So I was like, yeah. And then I was like, I just told him, good luck, stay healthy. And then just went out the rest of the game.
Jonah, when you lose a leader like Max Crosby, where do you guys turn to for that, to fill that void in terms of the leadership?
I just feel like, we have a great coach for the D-line, and great leader in our on our team as well. We got great coaches that pour into us, and losing Max sucked. He was a great leader for everybody to lean on. And at the end of the day, it's a team sport. If he goes down or he's not playing, we got to still, have everybody to go out there and do their job and play, because that's the business of the NFL. You can't rely on somebody else to get you going. If that's the case, you shouldn't be playing this sport. And I mean, obviously, not having Max out there sucks, but I mean, we still got each other to lean on, and you know, you have your reason why you do this. It's your job, and you got to go out there and perform.
What's your mindset just going into the final game of the season?
It's just another opportunity. I dreamt of playing in the NFL since I was a kid. I always felt like I was made to play in the league, and another week, another opportunity to go out there and showcase. You know, I get to look at my mom in the eyes during the game, and literally she's over there, like, I forgot what quarter it was, second quarter, and she's third quarter, she's telling me, like, she keeps waving at me. I'm trying to ignore her because I'm trying to be like my mom. She's waving at me, and then she's like smash them, and like, so seeing that, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's another wave of motivation. It just gets me going, and you know, obviously that's my why, is my family and everything, and just to be able to go out there and play this sport is a blessing, and I'm blessed to be able to be in front of you guys and have you guys ask me questions. So I don't know, I just go out there and next opportunity, play with my brothers.
Even with how this season has gone, what's the feeling when you step out on that field in your hometown?
It's a great feeling. I mean, I'm always hyped. I'm always playing with enthusiasm. That's something we always say here, is play with enthusiasm. And, you know, whenever my brother's making a play, I'm getting hyped. If I'm making a play, no matter how big, how little, I'm going to get up and celebrate and be happy, because, you know, this is what I've dreamt about. I said this earlier, I've always wanted to play in the NFL. I've always wanted to play this sport. I don't want to be doing anything else. And so, you know, no matter the record, winning or losing, obviously it sucks, because, you know, you put in so much time and effort from, you know, January all the way till the season starts, training camp, OTAs. You know, a lot of, and I'm lucky to be here at home, but a lot of guys are far from home. They don't really get to see their families as much. So, you know, obviously that sucks to have the results that we're having. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your job to go out there and perform. And like I said, if you need somebody else to motivate you, hoorah, whatever, to go out there and perform, then you shouldn't be playing the sport.
People talking about draft positioning, how would you explain a competitor's mindset when they can't understand a player's perspective?
I mean, yeah, so everybody's talking about tank, whatever. I mean, for players, it doesn't make sense, because if we're tanking and you're purposely trying to lose, you're messing up your career. Like, if it's like going to your job and people are telling you to underperform because, I don't know, you're going to get new workers or something, or you're going to get fired. Like, if you don't go out there and perform, you're going to get fired. And then now your family's wondering where the next paycheck, now you're struggling to, you know, pay for your rent or whatever. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I mean, I hate that that's what people are saying and thinking. And I mean, we're not trying to lose. Like, I mean, I'm not. I'm trying to go out there and perform and do my best, because I don't know if I'm gonna be here next year. Like, it's not up to me. It's so many people, other aspects of this game, of this business, that are in control of your job. Like, this job does not really have a lot of longevity unless you're a good player. That's why they say the NFL stands for not for long. So I'm not going to go out there and put out bad film, because then what? I'm just going to get replaced. That's just how it is. That's how it is in Wall Street, whatever. If you're not meeting your quota, you're going to get fired. So that's just how it is. And, I mean, people say tank because, you know, they want the number one pick, but, I mean, I can't control that.
Is there anything that the Giants did that surprised you guys? And what were your thoughts on Jackson Dart, the run pass?
I mean, we kind of knew what they're going to come out and do, obviously. It's just a matter of going and stopping it. Number 17 had a hell of a game. He had, 13 receptions. One of them was on me. And but, I mean, it was just, we weren't executing on all three levels of the game, special teams, defense, offense. We weren't playing good complementary football, and if you don't, that's the results you're going to get.
You mentioned being here next year, and how important is it for you to be here next year and be part of what could potentially be the turnaround?
I mean, I would love to be here next year. Like I said, this is my hometown. Like, I want to be here, and I feel like, you know, this is a great organization. It's just, you know, things have not been going our way. We haven't been executing, haven't been playing well, and I mean, it sucks. But I mean, I don't have control of that. Like, if I don't know what's going to happen, you know, I don't know, and so that's what I'm saying. Next game, next opportunity to go out there and showcase why I should be here still. And if they choose so, then we'll go from there. But, I mean, I would love to stay here and play. I mean, this is my hometown. My family's here. Like I said, my mom, I get to look her in the eyes while I'm in the game, like, every week. And so it's just a blessing.
Did Max give you guys a message on the defensive side of the ball before heading into this game?
Yeah, he's he's been talking to us all week before all that had happened, and obviously the type of player Max is he'll die out there on that field, and having that type of person next to you just makes you want to play harder for each other because that's your brother. He'll die for you, you die for him on that field, and so he obviously gave us some motivation, just saying go out there, go wreck the day, go make some plays, and he's supporting from home or wherever he watched from. And Max, he's a great guy. Like, I don't know if you guys see it. You don't really get to see the side that we get to see, but he's a great guy, really down to earth man, and he's a great teammate. And I mean, I feel lucky to have him as my teammate, just from as far as what he brings to the table and how he motivates me.
I mean, I kind of just coach myself up while I play. Like, if he beats me inside. He beat me inside off a shimmy, and I said, like, you got a little bit more wiggle than I thought you did for a big guy. Wanting to go short sets, a good two-hand punch, or trying to get connection. And so just going back and forth, it's been really nice. I was actually, same thing when I was at the Eagles going against Brandon Graham. Talked to him after the game about just what he thinks I need to do. It was kind of good, too. He was encouraging me, felt like I was a good player, and just had some more stuff to work on, more stuff to develop.
He talks about how he came in and you didn't talk to him as a rookie. Is that something that you learned from your former teammates as well? And how important is it to treat them just as what they are, professionals?
Yeah. We drafted him for a reason. They knew he could play. We just seen him in practice. So, just like I said, when I saw him come in that first game, you don't want to put too much pressure on him. You want to make sure you communicate him, but I'm not going to tell him how to play his game. I'm not going to tell him, this or that. I'm going to make sure we're on the same page. But at the end of the day, he knows, we all know we have a job, and as long as we're on the same page and we can get it done, that's all that matters. So, just trying to, like I said, not put too much pressure on him. Just let him do what he's been doing. At the end of the day, it's just football. He knows he can do it. I know he can do it, and it's that simple.
Is that kind of what Colton Miller taught you last year as well?
Yeah, of course. Like he said, not to overanalyze it. Colton taught me the same thing. At the end of the day, it's simple. It's about, can you execute the play that was called? Can you be on your man? Can you block your man? Can you communicate and get the job done?
Dylan Parham went down with an illness, and Rafi stepped in. Just how would you assess his game today on the field?
We
Rafi,
play on the right. He did some good things, did some bad things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I don't feel like that's ready for us to speak on too much.
He's been balling. We're not, we know he's gonna get in there and do his thing. So
I was excited to see him play.
Yeah.
And I know he did some good things out there, and I called that holding on him. I think that was.
Yeah, I mean a lot. I think he's an amazing player, a great leader. As soon as I got drafted, he texted me and told me, don't wait to just lead from the start. So he's been a great person to have in my corner.
Max always speaks very highly of you. To have a player of his caliber speak like that about you, what does that do for your overall confidence?
It means a lot. It shows that guys have trust in you. They see the work that you put in, so it's always great to have that.
How much does this season fuel you for next?
A lot. Obviously, it's been a terrible season for us, so I'm going to be working, doing everything I can to get better, be able to lead this team better next year, and just come back way better as a whole, all of us.
There was questions on if you were going to play or not. How important was it for you to be out here and be with your teammates?
Yeah, unless I'm hurt, I physically can't run, I'm going to be on the field.
The physical part is,
Raider Nation is excited about the possibility of having the first overall pick. Is that something that you guys even think about?
Nah, I'm not really worried about what pick we got. Obviously we're going to have a high pick, but it's not about where we pick dudes at. It's about making the right picks with what we got. So that's not my job. That's other people's job.
the physical part is what everybody sees. Is the thing that we don't see is the mental work that you have to do to come out here week after week. What have you done throughout the season to make sure that you're mentally strong to sustain the adversity that's been coming your way?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it starts with my faith, just reading the Bible, praying, just staying rooted in my foundation, which is Jesus. And then it just goes into football, just being mentally prepared detailing things throughout the week, watching film, just being focused on what we're doing, because it's more mental than it is physical at this point.
You always talk about being part of the turnaround here in this organization. Can you see this turnaround? Can you see kind of the plan and what they're working on to get this thing turned around here?
For sure. I mean, obviously we'll see what happens, but I'm always going to have faith that things are going to get better.
At this point in the season, with one game left, who or what is keeping you motivated right now?
My love for the game. I love playing football. Whether we're playing to go to the playoffs or, the situation now, we're just playing for, the love of the game right now.
It did make national headlines that Max wasn't here today because he was placed on IR, whether or not he was upset about it or not. For not have a leader like him here, how do you guys kind of make up for that in terms of making sure you guys are prepared mentally for this game?
It's next man up. So we just prepare like we did all week. That's what this league is. If somebody's out, then it's next man up.
To be able to just, I know we didn't win the game, but to be able to do that and to be able to really just give myself some confidence like that, whether it's the first game of the season or the second last game of the season, it feels really good. I want to win the game, but it feels good.
You and Brock are able to play off each other, but when you find out he's not going to be here for the last 2 games, is that almost like, all right, it's my time? Like, you kind of feel that?
I think at the end of the day, it's about winning. It really is. I'm trying to help this team win in any way possible that I can, whether Brock's on the field or not. And if that's catching balls, it's catching balls when Brock's out. If that's blocking when Brock's in, then that's blocking. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. But yeah, I woke up with a little fire up my today, and ready to go.
Does the preparation change a little bit for you when you find out that Brock is up?
I prepare the same either way. It might be a little bit more like knowing, when Brock's in, there's just specific plays that are for Brock, so I don't have to worry about it. So when Brock's out, then there's not any specific plays for Brock, so it's just, I got to know everything. Which, at the end of the day, this is a professional league, this is football, so that's great, and I love it, and I love to take the challenge on, so, yeah.
And can you just go back to describing exactly what that was like when you got that first reception and you were able to turn, get that extra yardage?
The first reception, I was short.
Right.
Yeah. No, I was so close. I think my elbow went down a half inch or a half yard before the yard. But yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes as a tight end, some of your balls are going to be checked down. So I do the best I can to get the ball and turn upfield and get as many yards as I can. Whether it be third down, first down, or second, fourth, whatever. Don't mean. Checkdowns are always going to be alive, and for me, that's going to be, where we make a little bit of the money. So.
And then how do you and Brock support each other throughout the season, and for him supporting you especially today, knowing that you were getting majority of all the snaps?
Yeah, I think everybody on the whole team supports everybody. Specifically me and Brock, but the entire tight end room as a whole is very, very close, and we all support each other and love on each other, and we love seeing other people's success. So I'd say the whole tight end room, and much less the whole team. But at the end of the day, yeah, they love seeing me have some catches today, but we just want to win. We want to win.
Especially after a season like this, how important is it for you guys to try to stay together as much as possible?
Yeah, we are together. We're family. We're in the building every single day, all day together. At the end of the day, we're in this together. We're the Las Vegas Raiders. This is our team for this year, and we got one more game to show kind of what we got.